In the street, close to Daniel's home, are his enemies. They look at the window. "Yes," they say, "do you see? He is praying. He is disobeying the law of our king." They rush to the palace and come to the king. They say, "Did you not publish a decree that during the next 30 days anyone who prays to a god or man or woman would be thrown into a pit full of lions?" The king answers, "Yes, that decree stands. In accordance with the law of the Medes and Persians, it cannot be changed." Then they say to the king, "Daniel, who is one of the Jews, pays no attention to your law. He still prays 3 times a day." When the king hears this, he is shocked. He wants to rescue Daniel. Till the end of the day, the king makes every effort to save his best administrator. The enemies of Daniel come again to the king and say, "Remember, your majesty, that according to the law of the Medes and Persians, no decree from you can be changed." So at the end the king gives orders. They bring Daniel and throw him into the lion's den. The king says to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A stone is brought and placed over the opening of the den. The king seals it with his own signet ring and with the rings of his officials. So Daniel's situation cannot be changed. That's what the people think. But Daniel serves the Almighty God, whom he still trusts. The king returns to his palace and spends a sleepless night. He doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want any entertainment. He can only think about Daniel. At the first light in the morning, the king gets up and hurries to the lion's den. When he comes near the pit, he calls, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" Here, there is the voice of Daniel. He answers, "May the king live forever. My God has sent his angel. He has shut the mouth of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I didn't do anything wrong in God's eyes. Nor have I ever done any wrong before you, your majesty." The king is so happy. Immediately he gives orders to lift Daniel out of the den. And then, when Daniel stands before the king sees no wound at all. Daniel is not hurt because he has trusted God. Now the king commands, "Bring these enemies of Daniel here. They need to be thrown into the lion's den, together with their wives and children." And that is what happens. Before these people reach the floor of the den, the lions overpower them and crush all their bones. Then the king makes a new law. He writes it to all the nations and peoples of every language in all the earth. Do you know what he writes? "I issue a decree that in every part of my kingdom people must fear and respect the God of Daniel, for he is the living God. His kingdom endures forever. He rescues and he saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions." Do you see that God gets the honor and glory he deserves?